30%, guys. 30% of your money just gone, just like.
In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy BlockchainCrusader here at Debate Crypto, bringing you some crazy news about Bitcoin explosive movement, pushing almost 20% in the last 24 hours. Guys, what is happening with Ukraine, what is happening with Russia is putting a gigantic spotlight on Bitcoin and its real life use cases. Now we're hearing news of Bitcoin being put to the test as a safe haven asset, Bitcoin decoupling from Wall Street. We're going to be covering all of this news and what is happening with Russia and Bitcoin right now at the end of the video. Stay tuned for the Russian news. It is massive, guys. So let's jump on over here to have a quick transition to the coin market cap situation. So coin market cap, right, showing it just refreshed, showing 15% up on the week for Bitcoin, practically battling for that 44,000, almost 45,000 earlier today. Ethereum up 13%, almost at $3,000 again. BNB up 11%, XRP up 12% on the week. Terra Luna destroying the competition with 68 and 79% up on the month, 68% on the week, up at $90. Cardano up 10%, battling for that $1 level. Major psychological resistance there. We'll see if it can do it or not. Solana up 15% as well on the week, battling for that $100 price point. Also major resistance going on there. Avalanche 20% up on the week, up at $87. And to round it off, the top 11th place, Polkadot up 16% on the week, guys. So let's jump into the charts here. Let's see what we've got going on. So in the charts, first thing that pops up to me is a quick and easy but simple double bottom pattern, guys. This is huge. This is on the 4 hour. This is a massive bullish pattern for Bitcoin, right? For any pattern, but for any for any crypto, but it's a massive bullish nonetheless. So let's take a quick measurement of this here real quick. So roughly about, give or take here, right, down to about here, give or take. There's a rough estimate here, guys. I am not a TA professional. I'm just showing you what I've been learning, right? So this would push Bitcoin to, oh, that's way too high up. So about here or so will be the, neckline, so much of breaking above. We're pushing at that $54,000 target range, 54.5 around there, give or take a few $100 for Bitcoin. This 54 is not random. It is massive, and we're going to be covering why this is massive. So let me get rid of this. So shout out here, before I even show it, shout out here to Leading Crypto, aka CVO, and Magic Internet Money partnership. Check out their Discord, check out their channel. They've been teaching me a ton of TA, so definitely go check them out, shoot them a follow, join their Discord. Definitely worth every penny, guys. Here it is. Also, quick reminder, CVO is on every Thursday for TA Thursday, so don't miss out on that every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we got pivots right here, right? I've been learning about pivots thanks to CVO and their trading group. So that being said, we had massive support here. We jumped up. We formed this double bottom pattern. The pivot is at 52. The target was about 54 something for the double bottom. So this is huge, guys. Taking this pivot will definitely push us into a massive different direction of crypto. If you can see here, you don't need to be a TA expert, but we've been on this massive downtrend, guys. Massive downtrend. Let me show you another little thing that I've been learning thanks to CVO and his group, a regression trend. So, no, that's not what I want to do. So regression trend, right? We're going to pull it from here, from this quarterly pivot. We've been in this massive downward trend. Now, if we overtake this pivot, which is at 52, and we shoot towards that target of 54 and we stay above this, we would be breaking out of this downward trend, guys. We would be breaking out of this downward trend, and hopefully we would be setting a new trend for the next quarter or so for Bitcoin and be pushing up to these newer levels, right? We don't have major resistance until 62 if right, keyword is if we take the top of this regression trend and we take this pivot and we hold. If we hold above 52, then we don't have massive resistance all the way up to 62. So could we see massive skyrocket movement in the next couple of weeks? Maybe, guys. Very possibly. Lots of things are happening with Russia. Unfortunately, it has taken an event like this, an unfortunate event like this, to really make Bitcoin, highlight Bitcoin and put its use to the test. So let's jump into some of the news about Bitcoin being called a safe haven asset, right? So it's crosses 43. Like I said, spotlight. Now everybody's calling a safe haven asset. See what it is. I'm not going to cover this. I've already been over this stuff. So safe haven asset tested. The impact of Russia's invasion of Ukraine was felt by markets worldwide. The Bitcoin market was not spared, right? We had a massive capitulation, and it talks about it here. It fell below $1.5 trillion. However, by Tuesday's positive price increase, Bitcoin has recovered enormously. Greater volatility in the global cryptocurrency market will undoubtedly increase as the war continues. That is for certain. We're not going to be all sky high, nothing but up. We're going to have down days as well, guys. If we jump back over here, one of the things in the RSI is we're really oversold in the RSI. We're really oversold. We're at close to that 90 range. We're practically at 90. So we could stay up there longer. We've seen that happen before in the past, right? Where we've stayed up there for quite a bit of time. But that is a not good indicator, right? It's a red flag that we could be experiencing a pull down soon. But that would be natural. We just had a massive, sorry to cut back here again, but we just had this massive green movement, right? Massive, massive, massive. You guys don't understand how big that green candle was from the last 24 hours. It is huge. We haven't seen anything like that in over a year. So, with what's happening over there in Russia, in the Ukraine, right? We're creating a lot of volatility. A lot of people are rushing to Bitcoin as a safe haven asset. We've seen that reports coming out from Ukraine and Russia. More about that in just a little bit, guys. So what's been happening with the traders? There's been heavy liquidations, right? 94,769 traders liquidated in the last 24 hours, totaling for a $439.6 million. Right, longs accounted for 155 million, or 35% of the total, with shorts accounting for the balance. So the shorts have been getting destroyed. The ruble, what is this, right? The ruble, this is Russia's native currency. It is on free fall. It has dropped massively against the dollar because of the sanctions. The sanctions have heavily depleted this currency and is destroying it. So what is happening right now in Russia? Right? In Russia, what has happened is, quick little transition here, guys, voila. But the markets are down for Russia. You imagine waking up one day to the next and your currency is down 30%, guys. 30% of your money just gone, just like that. These are regular Russians, right? These are not Russians that were there claiming for the war. These are not elites. These are regular people just like you and me. Imagine the United States going into war tomorrow and getting hit with sanctions from other parts of the world, and our currency is just boom, down 30%, right? It's a different situation with the world reserve currency being the US dollar and us being the US, but you get the point. 30% of their wealth is gone overnight. What does this mean? Bank runs are happening in Russia. People are trying to get their money out. People are trying to put their money into cryptocurrencies, into Bitcoin, most likely of them all, right? This is highly speculative, but there is some reports about this happening. So people rushing to Bitcoin as a safe haven because their currency is in free fall. This is the highlight. This is what Bitcoin was created for. This is the reason for Bitcoin, a world neutral currency that cannot be manipulated by other governments through sanctions or not. Unfortunately, people are putting a negative spin on this now, saying Russia is trying to escape sanctions using Bitcoin. Well, yes, that might be a reality. And we've been talking about this on the channel before. But it's only a natural cause for it to be this way. You don't want your country in hyperinflation due to sanctions. I understand that they are doing some crazy things by invading Ukraine, and they might deserve what they're getting, right? But that's a small group of people that decided to do that. The Russian government and their elites around them. That was not elected or decided by the Russian population as a total, as a whole. So all of those regular average people in Russia are now feeling the burn because their government is doing something that they decided to do without, without really the interest of its people. It's more of the interest of the elites and the people in control of Russia. So that aside, let's jump back into what we're going on over here. So next up, right? Bitcoin price decouples from Wall Street. What does this mean? What's happening is Bitcoin has surged to 44K in the last 24 hours. Most of the charts are, painted green, and Bitcoin's going up and up and up and up. But yes, sorry if I missed this part right here. This is massive. Another reason why this is happening for Bitcoin is the SWIFT system. Russia has been cut off from the SWIFT system, which is part of the sanctions that were occurring, which is part of the reason why now their currency, the ruble, or the ruble, whatever you want to call it, is in ruble, right? It is crashing. It is massive. They're off the SWIFT system. They cannot do any, pretty much no trading worldwide, internationally at all. So this is huge for Russia. Massive sanctions destroying the ruble, and now we're seeing Bitcoin ruble trading volumes soaring, meaning the people in Russia that have some currency in their hands are trying to throw it at Bitcoin to buy up as much Bitcoin as possible to protect themselves. So with that being said, Wall Street futures are hesitant, right? Wall Street futures has not been moving, pretty much flat trading in the past 24 hours. I wonder why. So futures are hesitant. They're not buying, they're not selling, right? They're just kind of flat trading. But Bitcoin is surging. So what does this mean? What is causing this surge? It's what I've been saying. It's the people around the world, whether they're in Ukraine or in Russia, that are trying to protect themselves, trying to protect their assets, whether it's, and even possibly with the Russian government themselves also jumping into Bitcoin and massively pushing the price of Bitcoin up tremendously, right? The highlights of what Bitcoin was created for. Your currency's in trouble, jump into Bitcoin. Bitcoin might be volatile, but it's worth more having Bitcoin than holding fiat currency that is literally backed by nothing but the good promise of your government. And then when your government, in this case Russia, makes bad decisions and invades another country and destroys its currency because of the sanctions, what do you as an average person in that country need to do? Protect yourself. Go buy Bitcoin. Obviously, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just saying this is what's happening. This is why Bitcoin price is skyrocketing, and they're decoupling, right? Wall Street and the institutions don't want price to skyrocket. They want to keep price low. This is what we've been seeing for months and months, is low price action constantly. But they've been trying to keep the price down. But now with real life use cases with the Ukraine and Russia situation, we're seeing that they can't hold it down. And the fact that people are jumping in to save their life assets, their life wealth into it, is causing the price to skyrocket. So now let's get back into the final article here about Russia and what is really going on. So you're definitely going to want to hear this part, guys. By the way, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, what are you waiting, guys? Smash that like, hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciate that. Help out the channel here. All the engagement helps. Greatly appreciate it. So let's jump into this last piece of news, guys. Last piece of news here. Here we go. Russians are paying up to $20,000 above market rate to buy Bitcoin. This is how badly they want Bitcoin and how little of it there is there. So media outlet DeFi Prime, DeFiPrime.com noted that Bitcoin is trading up to $20,000 above market rate on Russian exchanges. They jokingly called this the attempt to say that word, as a spin on the Kamichi premium, which we've seen before, which was prevalent phenomenon around 2016. So people are willing to pay $20,000 above market price for Bitcoin People are complaining that Bitcoin is too expensive now at 44, that Bitcoin was too expensive at 33, that Bitcoin was too expensive at 50, at 60. These people are paying 20,000 above market rate. So right now Bitcoin is at 43,000. Add 20,000 to that, that is $63,000. They're buying at that price point, guys. Meaning they're almost buying at new all-time highs, and it's not too expensive for them. So let's see if you guys can keep that thought process back up when we're back up to these higher all-time highs. So the Kamichi premium, right? Back in 2016, North Korean was ramping up and things were getting crazy, but let's forget about that. Ruble to USD chart. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I want to zoom in so you guys can see this properly. I want to zoom in so you guys can see this. Look at this. Look at this. This is heartbreaking to see, right? Heartbreaking, not because I'm trying to defend Russia in any kind of way, but just from the mindset of a regular average person in a country, and your currency just poof drops down like a rock, right? Just sinks from overnight. Your money that you worked for so hard is gone, guys. This can happen in any country for many different reasons. Russia is going to obviously experience tons of inflation. Like I said before, they're already experiencing bank runs, and it is crazy what is happening over there because of this. Over here, daily volume, right? BTC to Ruble, daily volume. Look at this skyrocket. Look at this skyrocket right here of how much volume is coming into exchanges trying to buy. The outbreak of the war last week sunk Bitcoin to 34,000, but a strong performance on Monday saw an 18% upswing to close the day at 43,000. This is happening because real people are buying real Bitcoin. None of this future stuff, none of this day trading. They are buying, and they're going to be holding to protect themselves, because this is what Bitcoin has always meant, was always meant to be, guys. A protection against these fiat currencies. That's what Bitcoin has been for. This is, unfortunately, it has to be displayed sometimes through these rough, unwanted circumstances. We saw the circumstances in Canada. We saw the spotlight on Bitcoin and how it was fixing problems over there for people. And now we're seeing it again, not just for Russians, but also for Ukraine. Tons of money has been donated to Ukraine through the likes of Bitcoin. Oh, I think it's about over $37 million has been donated to Ukraine through Bitcoin. They're now taking other assets like Polkadot and Ethereum. So it is not just Bitcoin, it's just cryptocurrencies in general. Versus when they were trying to donate through, I believe, Patreon or some other crowdfunding centralized entity, they were denied, guys. They were denied because of military activities, right? But yet, where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is being donated, nobody can stop it, and it is helping people on the ground in Russia to continue to survive out there until this war is over. So, guys, if you haven't heard it here before, we freaking love you. Please smash that like button. Hit that subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. Trust nothing. No, sorry. Messed that one up. Question everything. Trust nothing. Until next time, hodl like it's hot.